next year, or could certainly maybe prevent a 1-2-3 from Astra Honda Racing. There's the circuit, and it's beauty. I always go on to corner number 12. Right then, without any further ado, let's go down to Daniel Bogers. He's down on the grid. Let's see what gems of wisdom he can get from the riders.
It's race one for the AP250 here at the Chang International Circuit, and we're going to have a chat with a few of the riders on the grid. And first and foremost, it's title contender Reza Danica, just 3 points away from becoming the champion. So let's see what he thinks about it. He has a little bit of a briefing, a pre-race briefing. And you can see the focus in Reza's eyes and between himself and his manager. So we're going to get a quick word. So Reza, you're just 3 points away now from becoming the champion. What are your thoughts going into this race?
Yeah, today I will try my race. I try my best. I try maximum. Also, I hope have good luck today, and maybe for podium also. I will try. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reza. We look forward to it. Cool, calm, and collected as always is Reza. So now we're going to head over to row 3. We got Herjun Atna here. He was also contesting the championship but had a crash in Zhuhai. The chance is quite slim. And we're going to head down to the middle of row 3 to Maklada. Navigate through the sea of media here. I'm going to grab a quick word with Maklada. So Maklada, so far it's been a good performance from you from Zhuhai until this point, and we're here in Thailand now. Starting from row 3, how do you feel about it?
Yes, but in the final round, but I think I want to podium, but podium for my friend and for the Thai fan and for team, and I think I will do my best and put to very hard for this race, sure.
Thank you so much, Maklada. Good luck for the race. And now we're going to head right next to Maklada, who seems really confident. That's why we're seeing riders. We're going to talk to Ka Vietnam, someone who's already smiling on the grid. So Ka Vietnam, your performances have been getting better and better. What's your plans for next year?
I don't know, because I just focused for the last day in Arrc to get a good result to fighting for podium, and after that I talking about.
We know that it's been hard for you to get the mileage on the 250 bike, but you guys have made so much progress since last season. How does that make you feel about it?
I feel everybody to improve and fighting anytime. But with me like this, it's fun. Before I cannot fighting with another rider in the top group like this. That's why I just relax and enjoy the ride.
Definitely, we've been enjoying watching you race as well. So thank you so much, Ka Vietnam. Good luck for the race. Back to you, Desenberry.
Thanks very much. Yeah, a good answer, of course. You're not worried about next year. You've got the start to worry about here. But Astra Honda, it's difficult to get away from them. Veda Ega Pratama is on pole position. And this is a young man of immense promise, Barry Russell.
Yeah, he's also the Asia Talent Cup champion after taking 9 wins from 12 starts, winning by a margin of 103 points. It's just phenomenal.
What happens to the other 3? Alongside him, Reza Danica Arrc, who we spoke to. He's just got to finish ahead of Herjun Atna, who's in P4, and he will be champion. Chikrapat Puetasam. Okay, it's not all about Astra Honda Racing. Honda Racing Thailand also here. They want to make a statement in front of their own
Yeah,
fans.
they do. And Chakrapat has been particularly good, along with Muklada, from free practice through to today. There is Herjun, the rider with, you have to say, the outside chance of overhauling Reza Danica for the championship.
Need Reza to not finish effectively to really take us into the final one, or Reza to finish way down. But Herjun Atna's had a fine season. He had a run of 3 consecutive wins from Sugo and 2 in Mandalika. Then it did not finish, really damaged his championship hopes. Alongside him, Fairozi, the best of the Yamahas. 3 DNFs, it ruins any season, that many DNFs.
Yeah, it does. But we've seen in the last few rounds that Yamaha really, the rule changes that put them on level terms with the Hondas and Kawasaki's. It's making a much better competition of it. There is Tana Long Pliao for Honda Racing Thailand. Promising young rider coming through the Honda Racing Thailand Talent Factory.
2 P5s in his last 2 races for Tanat. Just to emphasize your point. The row behind them, we've got Arrc Ardiancia and the Kawasaki. We spoke to Maklada Sarapwech. Which Maklada will we see? Because she's won races. She won the first race in Zhuhai, Maklada. She's also caused a couple of key incidents in Sugo. Which Maklada today, Barry?
You're going to see the feisty one. But she's starting from the 3rd row. She's going to be fighting all the way to get back up to the front as fast as she can. So you always know you're going to get 100%. And hopefully the 100% turns out right.
The good 100%.
The good 100%, yeah.
Cal Vietnam we spoke to. He's had a good season. Had his first, did not finish though in Zhuhai, but he's been consistent. Had a P4 earlier on this campaign. Also, keep an eye out for, on the 4th row, Kevin Samar Kintel, young Indian racer, who I know you're keeping a close eye on. And there's plenty of other Thai racers who you will have come across in your time, the likes of Warit, the likes of Suhatai, and Watcherin Tuktimon.
Yeah, some good talent there. Watcherin and Warit both have come through the Honda Racing Thailand talent system. And Suhatai, pretty much a legend of Arrc, having raced everything from 2-stroke underbones back in the day, probably a 20-year racing record here off and on. And of course, Superbike race winner in race 2 here last year.
Wasn't he? Yes.
Yeah. He hasn't, yeah.
Right, here is the grid for the AP250s. Astra Honda Racing in 1 and 2. Veda Ega Pratama, the youngster. Reza Danica Aranj looking to be crowned champions today. Jakri Pat looking to upset the Astra Honda apple cart.
And contender leading row 2, Herjanatna Firdaus for Astra Honda. Next to him, fastest Yamaha, as he often is, Ferozi Torakatula, and outside of him, Tanat Leong Pliao for Honda Racing Thailand.
First, the Kawasaki is the Motul Sniper Mantec team, Arrc Ardianza, bike 16, alongside Maklada Sarapwech, who's in P8, P9. Cal Vietnam for Honda Racing Vietnam.
And on row 4, we've got Dawisi Ahmed Sahir. Next to him, Kevin Kintel for Honda Racing India. Aiki Yoshi starting in P12.
13, Wayu Nugroho, experienced campaigner, Yamaha Racing Indonesia. Suhatai, very experienced campaigner for East NJT Racing, alongside Warit, his teammate.
Another East NJT racer in P16, Watcherin Tuptimon. Next to him, Duk Tan, and outside of him for SDGMS Hark Pro, Chihiro Ishii.
It's 25 strong, Ati Kanghaya. For Victor Racing, makes his debut for the season, bike 888, must be lucky for some. Mosim Parambam in 20th place, the Indian racer, alongside Chinese Taipei's Liu Chunmei.
And China's Ni Tian for Victor Racing MLT Yamaha starts 22nd. Next to him, recovering from injury, Li Ruiyun for East NJT. And outside, the rider from Hong Kong, Leong Nang Tze.
And on his own, Idlan Hakimi, Hidemitsu Bunshu Honda, not being the season of progress I think many from Malaysia were expecting for Idlan Hakimi. Maybe his season belatedly starts here.
Well, we should expect him to be working his way through from that last grid position.
Maklada Sarapwech, bike number 44. He's AP250. She was riding 600s last year on the Japan Championship. Enjoyed that, but whatever she does, feisty is the adjective you used before.
Yeah, 600 champion here at the Buriram series. So a few inner lips being chewed there in the Astra Honda garage.
10 laps of the Buriram circuit. 25 on the grid. This is the first corner. It's a sharp right-hander. When we get the lights out, we are underway, and it's a bright old start there on the front row for Veda Ega Pratama. The front wheel lifted just a little bit, and that cost him just a little bit of time, and Reza Danica is able to bury his way into P1.
Yeah, Veda recovered well from that poor start, but Muklada also made a good start from the 3rd row.
Jakrapat is the man actually in the front, bike number 20. And the Thais, they do seem to do well here. It does seem to suit them. Yes, they know the circuit, but there's also that little bit of extra adrenaline on the start line.
Yeah, they're very motivated by the local crowd. Chakrapat and Mukladar, who made a good start, looking for, well, we're thinking about the ties. Tanat down in the top 10, but that is Sanitian. Sati.
Yes, from Victor Racing. Not a great start. Bike 888, lucky I said. Sorry, fella. 54 leads the way. Veda Ega Pratama looking for back-to-back wins. It would have been 3 in a row, but he had the ride-through penalty that he had to endure in Zhuhai for something he'd done in Japan.
Yeah, and now look at this. Veda Ega trying to romp away. Chakrapat and Mukladar going with him. They know if they want home glory, they're going to have to get ahead of Veda somehow.
Behind them for the championship, bike number 123, Reza Danica. If he finishes ahead of Erjan Adner, bike number 46, he will be crowned champion with 1 race to go. A little bit further back, that's Kevin Tamar Quintal. Up at the front though, it is Veda Ega Pratama. Just leans into turn number 12, nice little tight line. And it'll be Astra Honda Racing Veda Ega who leads from Maglada, from Chakrapat. Nice battle between the two Thai Hondas. And behind them, we've got Cal Vietnam.
Yeah, he was saying on the grid, he likes to get away with the... He's loving the fact that he can now run with the leading riders, and he's doing exactly that now, slipstreaming behind Mukladar as they head up towards turn 3. Moving along inside. This group of 4 breaking away. You've got Irfan and Herjan in the group behind. Veda's going to take some dislodging. There's Herjan. Bit of a wobble at the front as he came into turn 3. Can they get themselves back in contention with the front 4?
Just want to give a shout out to bike number 12, Idlan Hakimi. We mentioned that he's had problems starting in P25. He's just posted a 26.3, the fastest time through sector 1. He's way down in P12, but he's made up 13 places already, Idlan Hakimi.
Yeah, Chakrapat has picked up the gauntlet of challenging Veda. Veda's not getting away as we thought he might. Herjan
ahead of Reza Danica. Herjan doesn't want to hand this over, teammates or not.
And they've got a not in technical terms, but literally a wild card amongst them. They've got the lively, aggressive, competitive Irfan Ardiancia running together with those 2 Astra Hondas who are battling for the championship.
Former Astra Honda competitor himself, of course, Irfan. Here it is Herjan in P5. Right. What goes through the minds? Reza will probably say, come on, fella, be my friend, let me win the title. Don't give me the heartache of having a sleepless night. In front of them, the other Astra Honda, Aveda, has the lead. 2/10 clear of Chakrapat and Maglada. Cal Vietnam, as we saw in Zhuhai, is able to keep pace with the front. Certainly in the early stages. He fell away in the latter stages in Zhuhai. Let's see if he can improve his performance this time out for Cal Vietnam.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what we can do this time. Those 2 Thai Hondas need to work together to disrupt the 14-year-old Indonesian prodigy, and they're sandwiching him right now as they go into turn 3. I'm trying to, but Veda is scampering away right on the limits of adhesion, those Dunlop slicks, but he makes it out of turn 3 at the front. Cal Vietnam, as you suggested, Des, just falling off the back of these 3.
It's a fine line, isn't it, for Cal Vietnam? He can almost feel them close enough. I can get amongst them, but hasn't been able to regularly this season. Had 1 P4. At the moment he's in P4, and it's actually closed the gap a little bit. Maybe it's the long straights that cause him the damage, because once we got into the technical part, round 4, 5 and 6, he's closed right up as Cal Vietnam.
That's absolutely right, and we saw in qualifying, he was good through this more technical section, and there he is, sure enough, right back up on the tail end of Chakrapat and challenging him.
Glada in P2, the teenager Veda Ega Pratama in P1. And doing really good lines. Obviously he spent some time at Buriram. A little bit of battle there between Maglada, who just loses P2 and P3 because Cal Vietnam goes on the inside of McLaren. You make a mistake on the approach to turn 12, you focus on the corner rather than on the little kink in the road, and you can easily lose 2 or 3 places.
Yep, as we saw, now she has to get past Cal Vietnam if she wants some home glory.
Behind them, this is Tanat, bike number 11 in P8 ahead of Wayu Aji. And a debutant, Ahmad Darwisi Ahmad Sahir from Malaysia.
Yeah, Wayu Groho just behind Tanat, coming up to challenge him into turn 3. And here comes Mukladar. She really doesn't want Vida to get away. But Vida has got other plans.
Vader's not listening, is he? Yeah. Teenagers, do as you're told, not a chance.
But he's so mature, you know, and he hasn't tried to rush away. He's just gently kind of eking away from the others. Now, what can they do? Those 3 Hondas need to work together. There's a chance that Hergen and Razor could catch up.
Razor is behind Hergen. As you say, they've got that rev limitation.
Yeah, all the bikes in front of them are full power versions.
Hergen in P5, Razor Danica in P6. In fact, Hergen is indeed, you mentioned it, I wasn't quite sure, had to look at the official stats, but Hergen Atlas just posted a sector 2 of 42.2, and he's posting quick lap times. He could get on the tail end of these front 4. Yeah, certainly the second 3 of the front 4.
Yeah, plenty of time to go.
10-lap race. Clara in P2.
Ooh.
Chakraphat forced very, very wide. But the lead for Vader is up to a second, and we've seen that he does like to lead. We've seen that in the last 2 races in Zhuhai. It doesn't faze him to be on his own. In fact, he can just focus on making sure the lap times are regulation.
Yeah, he really is the full package at the tender age of 14, Vida. I mean, he even interviews well.
Further down, I'm just seeing Fairuzi's having a tough time of it. He's down into P17. Idlan Hakimi, after a bright start, he's dropped back down from P12 to 15. Suhatai Chamsit is up to P13.
Yeah, he's doing what he should do as the East rider coach. He's in as a substitute, but he's leading the way.
Vietnam was in P2 there. Vader Eger gets away. McLaren wants to get P2 back, and as you suggested, Hergen Atlas been able to get himself right up onto that second group. So it's Vader Eger, then a group of 4, then Razor Danica, 2 seconds adrift, 1.5 seconds adrift. Just coming in at the tail of the shot. So Razor may well have to hang on for his title.
Yeah, Vader doesn't make many mistakes. He made one this morning for qualifying,
and he made one in Zhuhai as well.
But he'd already secured pole position this morning when he made the mistake. Although we didn't realise that until later. Mukladar.
Whoa! There's the aggression.
There is just asserting herself over her teammate. Yep, that was elbow to elbow.
And Chakraphat was forced wide again. That's twice in a row now. Chakraphat has been forced very, very wide.
And the team look on.
Approvingly, probably. Hergen is up now into P2. Now this gets interesting. If Hergen gets 20 points and Razor is down quite a bit, it puts a little bit of pressure onto Razor tomorrow. If Hergen moves up onto P2, and that's a 20-point total.
Yeah, Hergen just moving towards the front there, although Cal Vietnam came through and snatched that P2 from Mukladar and Hergen, who were fighting over it.
Yes,
Cal came along and grabbed it.
Yeah, best lap of 151.5. We just did a 153.2 Cal Vietnam. You like a little bit more consistency, metronomic consistency in your lap times.
Yeah, and looking elsewhere, Ferozi has fallen on some misfortune. But Cal Vietnam giving it a real go here.
20 is Jakrapat for Thai Honda. Astra Honda leading the way. What that lead, it says on the screen 2.1 seconds, it's more than 2.1. He's increasing that lead, Vader Eger. His last lap of 151.5, his best lap 151.2. That's the metronomic stuff that you need. He's hitting every corner perfectly, and his lap times are similar. The mid 150s every single lap from Vader Eger. That's why he's got such a substantial lead.
Yeah, you have to wonder what lies ahead of Vader in his career. His career could easily span another 20 years.
Second is Cal Vietnam, Jakrapat and McLaren, third and fourth. Herjan Atner is in P5, and Reza is doing his best to catch up. Reza Danica a couple of seconds down. Reza doesn't want, this is the, in terms of the title, bike 121, him, doesn't want bike 46 to get too many places ahead of him.
All change again. Turn 3 isn't as crucial, but it's equally as interesting as turn 12.
Still in the first half of this race, so Reza Danica will think that as long as he's staying out of danger, he'll be all right. This is the battle for P2. Cal Vietnam bike 65, Honda Vietnam. Now then, he's showing McLaren, I want a little bit of your space.
Yeah, he really asserted himself then, because McLaren was trying to force him wide.
Reza Danica is closing that little gap. Right, it was 1.3 seconds. He needs to close it fairly quickly. He needs to be closing at what, at 0.3 of a second per lap, Reza. His last lap for Reza Danica, he had a 152.3. Yeah, he needs to be lapping regularly at that maximum speed of 191, 192 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, the race for P1 is done, notwithstanding any breakdown or mishap to Vida. But this is a really intriguing battle here.
Loving that Cal Vietnam is getting more and more involved.
Yeah, and I was really impressed how he came back at McLaren, because that was turn 4, which is a big ballsy corner to confront somebody with the track record, the skill and the aggression of McLaren, but he did it and he made it stick.
McLaren's got her way back though to P2, ahead of Cal Vietnam, and Jakrapat, and Herjan is in there. How far behind is Reza? Yeah, he did. He managed to pull 0.2 of a second back on that last lap. He's 1.1 second down. Needs to get a little bit closer than that. So there's the battle for P2. Your potential champion was just coming into your shot on your screen, and as they go through, your potential champion is bottom left of your screen.
Knowing Reza Danica, as we do after so many seasons, I suspect he's doing a calculation himself of what he needs to get back on terms with these two. It's going to be, that's the really interesting thing to watch here.
152.4 his last lap. The races ahead of him were high 152s, so yeah, he's slowly trying to reel them in.
The jousting continues in the battle for P2.
Vader Eger's lead in P1 is 3 seconds plus.
Cal Vietnam spending longer at the front of this battle than the others.
Loving this from Cal Vietnam.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This would be fantastic for the sport in Vietnam.
And he's been patient, and there's been improvement and consistency in the year. Just one DNF, one P4, but regularly in 5, 6, 7 positions. And here he is in P2 in Buram, though goes a little bit wide. That's a slight mistake. It allows Jakrapat to go through. And Jakrapat by a wheel will lead. 2 laps to go for the race leader. Reza Danica has got within 0.8 of a second now. Who was that pushed out? That was Cal Vietnam pushed out, and Cal Vietnam, this happens so often to him, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was aggressive riding there for not Not unfair, but aggressive riding from Chakrapat.
So Reza has timed this little charge to perfection. He's now on the back. It was 4, it's now 5. And he's getting a toe down that back straight as well from Cao Vietnam. Vader Aga miles clear, 3.5 seconds. He's just posted a 1:52.7. Everybody else in the 1:53s.
Yeah, look how aggressive Mukhladar is on just about every corner she's attempting a pass.
Ercan Atner, though, he's the man who's taken P2. Astra Honda. Ercan's the man who needs to finish ahead of Reza Danica. Too aggressive for Mukhladar. Goes beyond the green stuff, but still manages to slingshot back into P2. That wasn't regulation.
No, it wasn't regulation because she got an advantage of that slingshot off the car park.
Fascinating. Final warning for bike 193 exceeding track limits. I saw that. That's Duc Tan. I thought Mukhladar was going to get a telling off. But there, look at this. Cao Vietnam has once again eased himself into a good position. Final lap. That's the Honda Thai group. Reza Danica, bike 121. He's right at the tail end of here. He wants to stay close to Ercan Atner, his teammate. It's Cao Vietnam in 2, Mukhladar 3, Ercan 4. And Chakrapat tries to make a move. There's your race leader, Vader Aga. The lead is 4.5 seconds, 4++. Keep an eye on bike 123, Barry Russell. He's timed this beautifully.
Oh, and quite aggressive there.
Who did he push out?
That was Cao Vietnam.
Again. Ercan.
Yeah, so the battle looks like it's narrowing to those 3 Hondas as we get into the final part of the final half of this last lap.
Reza Danica is on the tail of Ercan Atner and goes on the inside of Ercan Atner. And if it finishes like that, it would be Reza's title, but Ercan knows that and Ercan pushed him out. Mukhladar 2, Chakrapat 3. There's the battle. Behind them, Reza knows, finish ahead of Ercan, I am champion. But 46 is trying very, very hard to keep his teammate away from winning the title today. Good stuff. Vader Aga is clear, Mukhladar 2, Chakrapat 3, bike 20. There is Vader Aga, he goes through. Oh, so Cao Vietnam pushed off the racing line. It'll be Mukhladar to come through to take P2, but she's gone wide. As your race winner is Vader Aga, Chakrapat, Mukhladar, and then Cao Vietnam, Ercan Atner, ahead of Cao Vietnam, Reza Danica in P6.
So I think that was the best result that Thai Honda could have hoped for, given that Vader was always likely to run away. Mukhladar just kept it off the green.
It's not championship yet for Reza Danica. He finished behind Ercan Atner, and therefore the differential is 20 points. But Astra Honda, they're celebrating with Vader Aga, because for Vader Aga that is back-to-back wins, a 3rd race win of the season, and a 6th podium. It's this is a kid who's got a big future in this sport.
Yeah, incredible what should lie ahead from him.
Chakrapat, a 3rd consecutive podium. And Mukhladar Sarapwech was just eased out on the final corner,
Yeah,
but she has a podium.
Yeah, I saw something just fly off her bike as she was exiting that turn. I couldn't see what it was. It's metallic, whatever it was. She wanted to finish on the podium. She's done it. She started from P8 on the 3rd row.
Cao Vietnam picks up his 2nd best performance of the season. He's had a P4, now a P5. But he was involved in some big scraps there. So many subplots, so many little stories on this one. But the fact is, Vader Ager has won the race for the second straight race, and Reza Danica has not won the title. But there is an investigation, an incident before turn 12.
That probably, we might have another look at that. That probably was the incident that pushed Cal Vietnam onto the dirt. He was a long way onto the dirt too.
So any race we have will be subject. Vader Ager, that's not in doubt. Vader Ager's win, absolutely certain. Here is coming in as we look at P2. Cal Vietnam pushed out. No, it's the black stuff, guys. It's the black stuff. Herjan Adna. This could be interesting, Barry Russell. If Herjan gets a penalty, then we could have a champion.
There's that piece of metal flying around there that we saw when Muqtada went wide. Let's have another look.
So that cost Muqtada a little bit, but it's Herjan Adna, bike 46, who I think is in jeopardy here, Barry Russell.
If anybody is, yeah, for me, I think Cal Vietnam did a lot of that on his own. It was a racing incident. But I'm not an official anymore. Those days are long gone. I can just say what I think now.
No further action in the incident before turn 12, so this is now an official race result. Vader Ager Pratama takes his second straight win. Bike number 54, the teenager is a wonder kid. 6 seconds clear of Jakrapat, who was just 100th clear of Muqtada Sarapwech. They're the podium sitters. Herjan Adna takes the title into the final race of the season with a P4. Cal Vietnam, a good P5 for him, and he was involved in a battle for P2 right to the end. Reza Danica Arendt, conservatism at sensible racing, 2 tenths down on Cal Vietnam. Tanat in P7, Ayoshi, the first of the Kawasaki's, in P8. Wai Nugroho for Yamaha Racing Indonesia, bike 89 in 9. Irfan Ardiansa, the second of the Kawasaki's for Motul Sniper Mantec in P10. Debut performance, Ahmed Dawisi picking up points for Idemitsu Bunshu Honda. Warrit for East, Suhatai for East NGT Racing in 12 and 13. Ilham Hakimi eventually finishes 14th. He puts him in some quick lap times. And Duktam in P15. Out of the points, Mohsin Paramban from Honda Racing India. Chihiro Ishii from SDG MS Hark Pro Honda. Watcherin from East Racing. Chinese Taipei's Liu Chen Mei. China's Ni Tian from Victor Racing. And the other racer from East NJT, Li Ruyan in P21. Kevin Cantal in P22. Ferozi did not finish. Neither did Leong Nangtse. Neither did on debut bike 888 Atir Kanghaya. Okay, let's go down to Daniel. Now we've got the official races, and let's go official results, and let's get some reaction to those results.
Vader Ager Pratama. I enjoy saying your name a lot, and we're going to say your name for years to come. It's another fantastic victory from you. Tell us how it went for you.
What?
Another fantastic victory. Tell us how it was just now.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, I just enjoy for this race and also this weekend. For tomorrow in race 2, I just enjoy and focus, and I just say thank you very much for team, Astron Racing team, and all sponsor, my family, and all Indonesian people and who support me. Thank you.
Thank you, Vader. Congratulations, brilliant show.
Best of the highlights from race number 1 of the weekend in Buriram, race number 11 of the season of the Asia Production 250cc. The Astra Honda Racing Bike 121. Reza Danica Arendt had a chance to win the title with 1 race to go. To do so, he would need to finish ahead of Herjan Adna. But that battle was very much secondary, Barry Russell, to what was going on in front of them. And their teammate, Vader Ager Pratama, bike number 54, who was just sensational. This teenager's got such a future.
He was fantastic, and he looked as though he had messed up the start as well, but he recovered a few corners later. As you can see here, he was back at the front.
And it was around about the lap 3, lap 4 that he really began to push away. Behind them, the Thai Honda duo of Jakrapat and Muqtada were having a battle royale, and Cal Vietnam, bike number 65, really involved in a proper race for P2. He didn't get it, but the Vietnamese team is getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and he had some real elbow-to-elbow scuffles, not only with Mukladar, but also with Chakrapat. So this was a real coming of age, you might say, for a rite of passage anyway for Cal Vietnam to mix it at this level.
Herjanatna, bike number 46, he was in a good position. He knew he needed to finish ahead of Reza Danica to take us into the final race of the season. At the halfway stage, Reza Danica is way out of the picture, but slowly but surely his lap times got better, and bike 121 was able to join that battle for P2, and we really had thoughts at this stage that he might actually get ahead of Herjanatna and take the title.
Yeah, it looked like a plan coming from Reza Danica, and he almost pulled it off, but that was an impressive chase given that he has got a 1000 rev cut.
On the final lap, that's into the final corner. Scary moment for Cal Vietnam. Herjanatna just easing him off, no space there. A bit of machinery coming loose for Mukladar. The victory for Veda Aga, 6 seconds clear of Chakrapat. Mukladar third, Herjan holding on to fourth. So we do have the championship going into the last race of the season here at Buriram tomorrow.
Yep, good stuff. Magnificent performance again from Veda, and a nice tussle for the places behind him, and a nice intriguing battle for the championship.
In third place from Thailand, Mukladar Sarapuech.
Mukladar in third place. Again, I asked you which Mukladar would turn up, and you said the feisty one. You were right. But it's always the Mukladar that turns up, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly remarkable piece of soothsaying by myself.
Chakrapat, Thai Honda Racing in P2. And your winner, get used to this. As you said, Asia Talent Cup, 9 wins in 12. Third race win of the season amongst the Arrc. National anthem of Indonesia, Indonesia Raya, will be played.
Fourth place from Honda Racing Thailand, Chakrapat Puttasan. And your race winner from Astra Honda Racing Team, Veda.
He is really good. He's beaten Mukladar on more than one occasion, and does of course leader in the championship. Great stuff from him. And well, we're running out of superlatives for this teenager.
Chongchai Wonsawan, FIM Asia representative, handing out the prizes. Big hugs he had for his Thai compatriots. And the team award, Kentaro Kobayashi from Dunlop. we've not mentioned the tyres today, really, have we? Because they've been so consistent, there haven't been any tyre problems.
No, that's right, and they are. There's no choices to make up until the 600s, which are coming up next, of course. But yeah, tyres performing really well, and we've got a 2-day tyre test coming up on Monday and Tuesday.
Astra Honda Racing, local representative. Speaking to him in the hotel earlier on, how are you looking forward to today? I think the young fella will win, he said, and he got it dead right. Veda Ega Pratama is the young fella for Astra Honda Racing, and what a potential champion he is. And we're talking potential champions still tomorrow, because we do not have a title decided. Reza Danica in P6, it will be 20 points clear of Herjanatna, and so he will have perhaps not the best sleep tonight, knowing that there is so much at stake tomorrow. Reza Danica